Alright, you guys, I'm Bobby.
I'm Joe.
And this is Literal Gym Bros. And today we're going to be doing Never Have I Ever Gym Edition. This should be fun.
Okay, so, and we're going to lift our weights if we if it has happened or we have done it. Okay. All right. So never have I ever had to bail out of a heavy squat and drop the bar.
I have not.
I have not either, surprisingly.
No.
Yeah.
I have seen people who have in the gym.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of like gym fail videos where that happens a lot. But luckily,
But I have not.
I used to be very diligent about setting up the safety bars.
Yeah.
Just in case. But now for some reason I don't.
On my shorts, I don't use the safety bar.
Yeah.
And it's because I trust myself to squat all the way down and up. But
Right.
if I try like a 350, dude, I'm dropping that.
Right.
But it's like knowing your own limits in a way.
Yeah, maybe knowing that you don't have the safety bars there, you're just like, well, I better get this shit up. So let's go. Never have I ever farted while doing leg press or squat. Oh, well, come on. Yeah. Who hasn't?
There was one time where I farted, and we live in a generation where everyone's using headphones.
Yeah.
No one hears it.
That's helpful.
No one hears it.
I think everyone's farting. That's because everyone's.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Because I think even some can maybe like squeak out and you don't like realize it because you have your headphones on, so you're just like, well.
It's worse when you feel it building,
right?
And you just are
especially right mid set.
Well, it's like 3:15.
Right, you got to let it go, and that's that little extra boost you need.
What I worry about is the smell.
Well, sure. Yeah.
If someone's like, woo.
That's the thing.
Someone let alone
whether it's a gym fart or any kind of fart, the noise is hilarious. The smell, not so funny. No.
It has some nasty farts.
I mean,
there was one time I remember when I was a kid. He farted in the car. We went to the mall.
Oh,
those still smelled.
I think I was having like 500 grams of protein a day at that time.
That was when he was doing Help for Thought, like 2015.
Yeah, I was overdoing it a little bit, but yeah, those were like farts that like stuck to the seats, so I could smell that fart 3 days later.
Oh, dude, that was
no
so
joke.
Terrible.
Yeah. All right. Never have I ever deadlifted with a hunchback. Wow. If you guys haven't seen his video of him back in the day on his first deadlift, it was pretty rough. But I'm just thankful you didn't like annihilate your back for good.
Well, we were talking about like how my dad coached you to lift properly, and he was filming me.
Yeah.
Doing that.
But he never taught me deadlift though. He actually said at the time when he was teaching me, stay away from like powerlifting. And so I didn't really.
Why?
Maybe
just like the slow tempo?
I will say like at the time like bodybuilding was really popular, and there was a general notion that it's just like there's some exercises that weren't worth the risk, but then there was.
I mean, it is a big risk.
It is, but it's high risk, high reward. But it's all reward if you do the little things to ensure that you're doing it correctly, or you have some weak components that aren't doing what they need to do. Then yeah, you're going to set yourself up for an injury.
Yeah.
But they're also like very functional, good exercises to prioritize,
I mean, that's kind of like why Dad likes the slow tempo lifts, because they're like the safe place.
Yeah, he would even just use the machines. He was like at that point like, you don't need to use free weights. And that's where I, as a teenager, drew the line. I'm like, no, like all my, like Arnold, I'm watching like Pumping Iron, like they're all using free weights, so I'm going to do that. If I was like, I'm not really going to power lift, but I'm going to like push myself on lifts that I know are generally like not gonna hurt me. I think that's fine. Just it's all like whatever your goals are. So never have I ever got injured doing a simple exercise. Yeah, for sure. I hurt myself doing, shoulder press. I think my main injury.
How long ago was that? Was that when you were doing the channel, or was that?
Yeah. My first and only injury up until I hurt my knee was like right in the thick of doing the channel. Like I was probably your age. Okay. 24, 25. And I was just doing heavy military press and I hurt my rotator cuff. When
I was in middle school, Dad took me to Mountainside, and that was the same day I did that deadlift. The hunchback.
Oh, really? And you hurt yourself?
I grabbed a 115-pound dumbbell and tried to lift it, and it crushed my...
Didn't that weigh more than you did?
Yeah.
At the time?
I weighed 72 pounds.
Holy crap.
No, I picked it up, and then I ran to him.
Oh,
and I almost passed out.
Oh my gosh.
Because my fingernail came off.
You hurt your fingernail.
Well, yeah, it landed on my thumb.
For some reason,
it
I was
got
thinking
bruised up,
it landed
and
on
it was
your foot.
bleeding.
Yeah.
And it slowly slid off after a week.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. I didn't
Great
even know
memories, guys.
Same day.
Yeah, that was the same day of me doing the hunchback. But I'll always.
So that wasn't even the worst thing that day, because that actually didn't hurt you.
That was the
you were like a snake.
That was
you were like
leading
spineless
up to
that day.
the climax.
Yeah, no kidding. Never have I ever pooped in the gym bathrooms. Come on.
I have, yeah. There's some people that have fear of that, man.
Yeah, I used to be that until I started touring as a musician, and you're never home, so you have to learn to poop wherever is necessary. So that got me over that fear.
People have such a fear of like, I only have to poo in my own house.
I understand, like, because it's clean, and people get like stage fright. I guess that's more with peeing with dudes. Well, I don't know, like in school, like thinking back, I would never poop at school.
No.
So that's probably where it started. So then from there on, it's just like carried over.
Fear unlocked.
Yeah, but yeah, once you tour, like there's just like you have to get over that fear, or else you're gonna hold in poop for a month or longer.
Never have I ever seen someone do something embarrassing at the gym and hurt themselves.
I mean, embarrassing, yeah, but I don't think I've seen someone hurt themselves.
I've seen someone hurt themselves.
And what happened?
Someone tried to do a box jump, 60-inch. Because I was doing box jumps, they said, "Hey, can I try?" I'm like, "Well,
sure."
I said, "Be careful."
Yeah.
They jumped, their feet touched, and they fell on their back. And me in the background was just like, "Okay." This was when I was a coach there too, so I was like, "Really?"
Yeah.
But I knew a lot of people at the gym just by being a coach, and we met a lot of interesting people as well.
I can't imagine anyone that's been going to the gym for at least even 6 months hasn't seen somebody do something embarrassing. Like, the classic have too much weight on one side and you didn't take off weight on the other side or something like that and the weights fall. But like, I've never actually seen someone like genuinely like hurt themselves. I've seen a gross injury before in person, but it wasn't at the gym. Never have I ever tried ego lifting in front of a girl and failed.
I think I have back in high school.
Okay, sort of, yeah. I remember I used to go to the gym I was like a teenager, so kind of just starting, and I used to go with a friend, and I don't know if I probably was trying to impress her, but like we saw someone and then it was my turn to bench, and he wasn't paying attention because he was looking at her, and so I like needed help. Like I needed a spot and he didn't. So I guess that kind of qualifies for this. So yes, I would say that was because of a girl, and like technically I probably was doing too much weight.
Yeah, I think one time
and they don't care, so that's the most hilarious part.
I think one time I was just being me when I was slowly getting into the Olympic lifting, like the power cleans and stuff. This was like in 21 or 22, and I threw the bar and overextended my wrist, and it fell. This is when I was
lifting a lot of weight.
That, yeah, and it was like 185.
It's still a lot.
And I was like,
for wrists.
Yeah, and I would like lift it like this back when I had no form.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I thought I was cool.
But I'm just thankful you didn't actually like.
Yeah, but there were close calls with this is later on, but there were close calls with like 275 where I would like.
You had to like bail.
I had to bail it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least by then you knew
how to
the right way. Because that's just
in
as
the
important.
early days, dude. Oh.
Yeah. No, I would have really messed myself up had I gotten into power. Yeah. Unless I actually got a coach. It's like an
addiction because you want to lift more.
Yeah, I could see. Just in the small amount of like, getting into, like, I had 2 periods that I can think of where like my squat got pretty high and then my bench. They were 2 separate time periods, but still, even that was addicting, and that's not even Olympic lifting. So, I mean, maybe technically it is, but I get it from that standpoint. So I can imagine when it's like deadlift or especially clean, like you probably feel like super.
Yeah. Never have I ever seen a famous person in the gym.
I did in LA. I was working out on tour and I saw Miley Cyrus's brother, I think his name is. I forget what his name is.
It's not Chris Hemsworth.
Liam? No.
Liam? No, that was her husband.
It was her brother. I think it's like it starts with a T or something.
But you saw him in there?
Yeah.
Just randomly?
Yeah, but I mean, it was like in the thick of LA. It was like close to sunset.
Now, were there like agents and other people?
No. I mean, like when you're in that area, you're gonna see famous people.
Okay.
Like pretty.
Was that when you were doing like the Arnold and all that, or no?
No, I was just on tour. I used to go separately. Like I'd take the vehicle to like the van that we'd be in or whatever, and like, hey, would you guys let me go to the gym? So I would get guest passes. And that one was to LA Fitness that day, and it was, I forget his name. It's kind of like a not typical name, I think, but I want to say it starts with a T. Okay. Maybe someone watching this will look it up. I don't know. But yeah, it was Miley Cyrus's brother, and he's like tattooed like me, like his face is all tattooed too.
Well, you guys, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the Never Have I Ever. If you guys have any other suggestions for future videos with just me and Joe, let us know. Expect a workout video within the next week.
I want to ask that you guys, especially because obviously we're kind of starting a new direction for the channel, and I'm very interested in knowing like some content that you guys would like to see. Like leave a comment and let us know what would interest you, and we'll take that to heart for sure.
Awesome. All right, you guys, we'll see you guys soon. Take care.
Bye guys.